Hello. So today I'm going to show you how to make an advertisement for an attorney. I've done a video or two about this before, so you're going to see the process as it sort of, goes along and iterates. It's never the same twice, so yeah, here we go. Okay, so we've seen that um, this template I've got with this bottom set of information and logo has kind of adjusted over time. Advertising is an iterative process, and so is design. So um, I tried to play around with it here to get the tagline to be a little bit more prominent, and I eventually ended up making the tagline, taking it from the bottom and smaller to putting it on top and making everything just a little bit bigger. That way, it, the reason I didn't before was because, as you can see, there's not as much space to work with, but that's okay. I don't want to put in a ton of information into here. I just want something obvious that shows that this attorney brings value and that you should call him for your specific legal needs. So this one right here obviously shows that these two people that's a scissor right there, are splitting up real estate, and don't let the process come between you. When you need stability restored, better call Paul as the tagline. So the idea is that he makes it so that this process, which is clearly annoying these two characters, is much easier for them. Same thing with an auto accident. When you need stability restored, better call Paul. We got a picture of a car that's fuming here. It's implied it's because of an accident. Ocean Drive is a place that's associated with like parties and drunk driving and stuff. So yeah, like it's pretty obvious that if you get in a car crash in a hectic area, your life is going to be a little bit unstable. And then this attorney can help you become more stable. So now I've got the workspace set up with the template all set up already. So now what I want to do is basically create a similar advertisement. I just want to stick with this same messaging. I think that it's strong, and we're aiming to get real estate partitions. So to do that, we need to show people who are splitting up a property. And so here we have a house that I've found on Unsplash, and we have a couple of folks that I've gotten pictures of that look annoyed. I'd like to put them here and here, and then maybe put Paul in here, or like a scissor with a dotted line here. And we'll see how it ends up looking. Sometimes you go in with thinking it's going to look one way, and then it turns out looking completely different way. But as long as it gets the message across, that's okay. Design is literally an art, not a science. So let's go ahead. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my images, pardon me, of people who look like sad and annoyed that I want to juxtapose against each other, and I am going to remove the background from them. So there's this nice site that you can use. It's totally free, remove.bg, and you can just take an image and plop it there, and it will then remove the background. Boop, boop, boop. You get this nice image with just the background that you can place over another image. So we're going to download, bada bing, bada boom. Great, now we've got this image, and we're just going to keep it up with these next two images. Sometimes the prep is a little boring for design, but that's okay. The more you put into prep, the more time you put into prep, the happier you're going to be with the end result, right? Okay, so drag and drop that again. Okay, so she's got a flatness at the top of her head here, and that might be a little bit of a problem in the overall design, but maybe we can put some text over it or something like that to even it out. We'll see how this ends up. All right, download, bada bing, bada boom, great. We've got this annoyed looking woman, and finally we have this man who looks like he's at his wit's end. All right. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. I don't love that that's there. You know what? Sometimes this happens. So let's just plop the images on, upload them onto Canva, and we'll see how it ends up. Because something good about Canva is they have their own images that we can then try and use, and so maybe they can bail us out a little bit. 1, 2. Oh, I've added that one twice. What a mistake. That's okay. Or as Bob Ross would say, happy little accident, right? Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, so we've got our images. This one's doubled up. We can just delete that. No need to clog up Canva's servers. And, oh yeah, we need to put on the house that we found that was so lovely. Where are you, house? You're in downloads. Bada bing, bada boom. House, house, house. Okay. So we're going to throw this on and set it as the background. That way we can put stuff over it. Now already I don't love the pink against the red, but the lawyer's in South Florida and things there are gaudy, and it'll catch your eye on a news feed or a scroll. So I'm not opposed to that. So let's see. I don't love that this head is flat or this image isn't great because it's got that thing. So I'm gonna just see if I can't put like two unhappy folks next to each other, and I will flip this one horizontally so that it's different. They're both kind of leaning in. Oh, maybe it'll look better if they're both facing away from each other, indicating more conflict visually. Yeah. Oh, that looks great. Okay. Make you a little bigger. Make sure you guys line up. Okay, so this is starting to come together. We've got the trees. We've got the people in bags looking unhappy. Do I want to make it bigger? All right, let's get a scissor in here and make sure that it's obvious that we're partitioning real estate here. To cut this in half. Scissor, scissor, scissor. Elements. I can't spell scissor. This is so embarrassing. There we go. SCI. All right, there's a couple different scissors here. There's a barber scissor. I don't want that. We just want something that is clear. We want an image that's clear cut. And this is why I'm not a comedian. All right, so maybe this will be okay. Let's rotate it. It's kind of busy. I don't like that. That busyness takes a bit of the attention away. It's like the hand of God cutting their house in half. That's so sad. Let's make this a little bit more. Let's try it in a couple different flesh tones. I don't like that the sort of default flesh tone is just white people skin. So going with the darker one is good. And let's see. Let's make this like bright red. I associate scissors with being bright red. But maybe we want to make it a little darker. Maybe we'll make it. Not sure I like that. It's not obviously scissor. The green in the background complicates things. Maybe it can come from this side, and that'll be more clear what it's doing. Maybe I can make the red more of like a darker color. That way it'll sort of highlight the skin a little bit better, which it does. And I don't like that there's no definition here in this white. So I'm just going to add a line. That's what I'm going to do. That will give it some more definition. All right. Where are you, line? I'm coming for you. Line. Line. There we go. That'll add some definition to the scissor. This line is way too big for now, so we make it smaller. Turn it at an angle. And line, we're just going to put you on this scissor and hope that you aren't too jarringly different from the rest of this design here. Okay. Now I'm using my keyboard to go pixel by pixel. And let's see, how does that look? That looks terrible. It's so awkward. Oh my. Okay. That looks a little better. But I gotta start adding lines to everything. And you know what? I'm not opposed to doing that. Let's add some freaking lines to everything. Let's get crazy. Ready for this? Here's some lines. They're coming, but this one needs to just be a little bit over. Move over. Oh man. How's that look? That looks a little better. Not really, because the scissor kind of curves. That's all right. Yeah, it's all right. Let's go into this black. If I zoom out, it's not terrible. Like, right? No, you can kind of clearly see that it's not a part of it. Okay. So I'm just going to add, I like this hand to God thing, but let's just go with a scissor for now. I will remember how to spell scissor. So, are you still recording? Yeah, you're still recording. Okay, good. All right, here's a scissor. This scissor's fine. Let there be scissor. I can still do the like hand to God thing, even without a hand. It's just, something covering it up. Make this not yellow. What does it look like? Pink. Nope. Blends into the background. That's obvious. Okay, this is good. Starting to be better. Let's see if we make the highlight even darker. That's too dramatic. Okay, we'll go back to that gray. So this is very busy. I don't love that. So maybe I can make the scissor smaller. I wish I could sort of zoom this background out. Like, detach image from background, right? And then maybe I can do something like this. Yeah, that's easier to work with, I think. But maybe I need more sky in this, so it's like, no, that's the same problem I had with using it as the background image. So let's just let it have this bottom part. That's okay. And I know you're probably thinking, oh no, where's the rest of it gone? Don't worry, it's all still there. It's just behind this. So what do we do when something's behind it? We send it back. So send to back, boom. All of our elements come right back. All right, for stability restored, better call Paul. And we got this scissor coming in hot. So what I'm thinking is this scissor is pretty bright, and this background is pretty bright. So this whole thing might survive and make the scissor more prominent if I add like a gray background tint. So to do that, you just add a square, put that right in the corner there. You turn it, you turn up the opacity, right? So now and obviously you change the color to gray. Now that's, that's a little too much, but it's starting to come together, right? So that scissor's popping a little better. And what this is going to do, yeah, so let's send it backward. You can't send it all the way back. See, yeah, immediately when that scissor comes up a layer, it becomes much more prominent. I'm trying to like nestle it into the space above this tree. And I'm okay with these guys being a little bit gray, because then maybe I can make, put the lawyer's picture in here, and he's smiling, and have the dotted line back here, and, it's hopefully visually clear that he's not like gloating over their unhappiness, but he's there to make it better. Um, so let's go to upload so we can grab a picture of our good attorney. And I don't want it to have a background. I've got a couple images that I used that I took the background away from, but I think they're like, there's one. That's a good one. I like that picture of him. All right, for stability restored, better call Paul. Make him like this. He's in the middle of these people. They're kind of gray. I don't know if this is like, this border is exactly solid. Let's see. Yeah, there's like that little overlap I don't love. So what's overlapping? Are you overlapping? What's all this then? What are you? I do a terrible British voice. I guess some of, oh wait, no, he's overlapping. Perfect, problem solved. Okay. Sometimes, again, with design, you just gotta zoom in, figure out what the problem is, and solve it, and then come back. All right. There we go, there we go. Okay. You lined up here. Oh, okay. Now this one was not placed perfectly either. So we just roll you up, get you placed correctly. How's that look? That looks nice. That's a fine line right there. That's the kind of line we want. Okay. Boom, and you are overlapping, which isn't so bad because you'll be cut off, but let's just make everything nice and tight. Okay, so now we're zooming back out. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, and I guess this got pulled down too. All right. This is starting to come together. For stability restored, better call Paul. This still goes a little bit over, it looks like. Huh, but in the tightly zoomed in one, it doesn't look like a problem. See, here it looks fine, even though... Oh, well. Okay, so this one's not all the way. Yes, let me tap on you, please. No, I don't want to tap on you. I want to tap on you. There we go. Okay. There we are. Oh, and this one also, man. This is... So today we've all learned something. You have to zoom in extra tight to get things to be extra tight. There, okay, so now our edges are good to go. All right, get this final one all zoomed out. All good when it's zoomed in, pardon me. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, no, but I forgot this one. Shoot. It's okay. Oh, looks like I can grab it. There we are. There we are. But that does mean there's a little room here, huh? Got a little room here for me? Let's expand you a bit. Not you. Ah. Again, this is part of the design process. All right. Heck with it. I'd rather be a little over than a little under. This is fine. This line is tight. This is fine. Bring you out a little, because I guess you're not all the way. All right. You know what? This is fine. People don't look this closely on Instagram anyway. Not that I want anything to be sloppy, but at the end of the day, there is only so much time you can spend on one ad. All right, for stability restored, better call Paul. Now, this is a little cheesy, but that's okay. We're here to sell something, right? Sell a service. So now we need a dotted line. And, we don't want to be subtle. We're here to sell. So throw this on here. Turn it to 90 degrees. That does not look straight. Is it? Okay. I do what the machine tells me. with this dotted line, we can get the scissor to be a little smaller. So everybody knows a dotted line means you're selling, or I mean, means you're cutting along it. Let's see what they have for like a rip or a tear. Maybe there's something that we can put. That will also show a tear. See, it's not paper though. That's the thing. I don't know how much I like this. No, it's not obvious. You only have a few moments to really get somebody's attention. So this has got to be obvious. I'll try one more. T-A-R. Tear. Wait. Is it T-A-R-E? No, it's tear. They just mean the same thing. Right? I hope so. Uh-oh. Hope I don't look like an idiot. Yeah, this is a tear. All right, one more. Split. We're getting a person doing a split. Another person doing a split. I assume this is split in Croatia city. Yeah. Nope, not finding it. That's okay. Again, this process is, sometimes you poke around and you figure it out as you go. All right, so now I'm just going to throw a background onto this set of dotted lines. Send backward behind Paul, the attorney. And I do not love the color scheme here. Let's see if this goes white and it looks good. I had it just be black and white last time, and you can always do new things. So this is super bright. Let's see, I can have this like cutting. I think maybe going instead of with the scissors, because this image is just so busy with all the palm fronds. I might just go with copy saying just flat out like uh, don't let splitting up a property get in between you and your loved ones or something like that, right? Like that's pretty good copy because it gets the point across. So let's go with, let's take this up here, put a little bar up. Yeah. Because that's the point of it, right? You don't want to let something like splitting up property get in between the two of you, and I, can make things better. Okay. So what did I say? Shoot, I'm always forgetting this stuff. Um, Don't let splitting up property get in between you and your loved ones. Um, yeah, okay, so that's beginning to look better. I don't know if maybe I want to kind of make it smaller. So this is clearly like a house. Let's try making it smaller and see how that looks. Let's group these and we can ungroup them in a moment just so we can move them at the same time. So I'm kind of a big fan of like asymmetrical designs, even if like everything else is symmetrical. Sort of catches the eye, but I'm not finding a place that is like a natural fit for this. Maybe we can move Paul up. How you doing up there, Paul? How does that look? That does not look good. Okay, but we've got the bones of it and it's coming together. I'm not unhappy with this so far. I can throw you in the middle and you look okay there. And I'm not thrilled about the overall composition of this because I want to add copy. I'm just not sure where to put it. What if we had something like this? No, because it gets in the way of the house. What if we just didn't have Paul in there? Paul, you're photogenic, and that makes it easier to advertise for you. Um, well, you could kind of make him smaller and put him in here. This gives him kind of a fun little palm halo. Don't let splitting a property get in between you and your loved ones. Stability restored. Better call Paul. If we make him like smaller, then this is okay. It's not as obtrusive. He's gonna hate this kind of thing because he is a really like uh, modest, soft-spoken person. But you want to get your client's face in front of their potential customers. So you don't want to. Um, you want to listen to them, and you also want to go with your gut on what you know will work for them as a advertiser. All right, maybe I can just put him in the corner here, small. Like I like incorporating, yeah, like hi, I'm Paul. I like incorporating him as part of the ads. Okay. So let's ungroup these and see if we can't make it a little bit more visually appealing. Now, I generally don't like to have text centered, but because this is right in the middle of the image, I don't feel like that's the worst thing. I feel like it's bad when you're, presenting information that in a paragraph and heading form, but for copy like this, I'm not exactly opposed to it. Now I can make this bigger and simpler. That's what I want to do. I want to take the effects off of it. So, and I want to make this like a lot. Not sure if I like the red. Could do black. Let's just try out a couple different color combos. See what we think. See how we like different stuff. That's not fun enough for Miami. That's violently clashing with everything involved, which is a very Miami thing to do. Let's go back to this. Oh, make it a little bigger. What have we got? What if we got rid of this bit, this background? We just made the letters pop. Let's just put you here for now. What if... Alright. To the left. Nope. Not enough. Make your shadow black. Blur the heck out of it. Or don't blur it at all. No transparency. Yeah. Still not loving it. What if I just went a little bit more subtle and just made everything smaller? I could do this if this one was like really uh, transparent and black. So like make it black but make it real transparent. Just enough to like make it pop. Yeah. Let's putting up property again between you and your loved ones. Put this more in the middle, more in this doorway. Yeah, that's looking a little better. Don't let splitting up property again between you and your loved ones. It needs to be a little darker to pop. But again, I like there's more transparency. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? It doesn't have enough transparency. Oh, let's bring it up to 50. You can go a little wider. Then we'll center it. Because I want splitting up property on one line. And it's good to also have loved ones on one line. All right. I'm not thrilled with this, but I don't hate it anymore. I never hated it, but I wasn't enamored. All right. Let's make you a little bigger. How do you look to the left? Don't let splitting a property get in between you and your loved ones. That'll be the tagline and the copy. What if it was just like, this might be weird, but what if it was like narrow and each word was kind of just like stacked on top of each other? Visually, that would tell the tale. It might look dumb though, but let's find out. All right, I'm liking this idea, but let's see how it like turns out. So let's center you. Let's make you bigger. I think maybe if it was more narrow, it would work. Or what if this wasn't here? So that's got to sort of start closer to the middle. All right, at least this is now like a stripe rather than this big old block. And it's big enough to be like, something you can read, which is, good. Okay. Let's just to say get between you and your loved ones. And we'll move everything over just a scooch. That is a technical design term that I coined. That's not true. And then I think I'm going to be much happier with this. So, again, designing is a literal art, not a science. I went into this with something in mind, and it kind of evolved, and that's okay. And it's difficult not to get married to your original idea, but I'm pretty okay with this, and I don't need it, know that Paul needs to be there anymore. Don't let splitting up property get between you and your loved ones. And this house is nice and symmetrical. These people are clearly, upset. Yeah, I'm okay with this. There's some padding here. Uh, yeah, this is good. Okay, that's the design. Boom.